Welcome back. You are watching Marvel Live at New York Comic Con 2018. I'm Ryan.
I'm Angelique Roche, and we have some guests here on the couch here, Ryan.
Yeah, we sure do. Very excited from the movie Prospect.
Yes, we have Sophie, as well as we have Zeek, and we have Chris. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Pretty good.
So y'all are doing a little thing. It's a movie. It involves the moon and prospecting and the toxic forest. I'm really excited about this toxic forest, and I don't know why, but I just think anything that involves a coming-of-age story, basically, in a toxic forest, just seems like I want to go see it.
It's a unique story.
So, Sophie, tell me a little bit about your character.
C is a 14-year-old girl who has traveled with her father as he exerts himself through these different jobs. She's never really had any proper education or any kind of social life. So she immerses herself in books and music, and that's her escape. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that in a way. But she really grows into a strong female character.
What was the motivation for this film?
Well, I think actually a lot of it goes back to kind of when we were kids. I mean, we grew up on, Star Wars and Alien and Blade Runner, and a lot of this was kind of inspired by a lot of the, kind of the big immersive worlds that you would get lost in as a kid. And we wanted to kind of apply some of that, big, sprawling, interconnected world. Like, that's one of the most compelling things about science fiction, is that, like, true immersion is when you get put in over your head. And we really wanted to kind of create that feeling, except, given the context of, like, a smaller scope, an indie budget, but to still have the feeling that, like, you're in a vast, interconnected Star Wars level world, but telling kind of a smaller story about, blue-collar people kind of out on the fringes of society.
Yeah. Do you guys think about, like, sprawling these big worlds, these big universes? Do you think about, it'd be cool, we're doing this movie, but what if we had, like, a game? What if we had a comic? Do you think multimedia when you're planning this stuff? Is it long-term, or do you need to just focus on this story that you're telling?
Yeah, well, we rewrote the script over a period of years, and kind of during that process to build out this world, we actually kind of started our own, like, Wikipedia, because you'd have to, like, generate the backstory for each, like, little minor side character, for each, like, even random prop element. So we ended up with this, like, encyclopedia of, like, other stories of information, and we're ready to do anything with it.
I mean, this is frontier sci-fi. We're way out kind of in the wilderness of the civilization, but we wanted to kind of pack it with evidence that there is civilization out there. Sophie's character C, when we first see her, she has kind of this cartoon character on her sweatshirt, and it's just like from a kid show that's off there. And throughout the film, you can see like all these little references to, she listens to pop music. We wanted it to have the feeling like this world was alive.
Yeah.
We're just interacting with this small segment of it, but you can tell that there's like all sorts of other stuff. Because I mean, watching like Star Wars and some of these films, one of the most fun things is to kind of theorize about what these little details mean, to catch these things that aren't necessarily explained.
Yeah.
It's like, we're the kids that wanted to, like, go in the back alleys of Tatooine and just, like, see, like, what's around the corner. Like, the Jedis, they can go fight. Like, I just, like, want to know, like, what's going on in this world.
Yeah. I love the idea of a Wikipedia that you guys have built. And I like, Sophie, you going in there and be like, you know what? I think my character would do this. I think this show is her favorite. Like, I would like the way that, you as an actress or the other creators involved in this can bring something to this universe. Sounds so much fun.
Yeah, it's definitely, in conception, it's very heavy world first, so that leaves you with a lot of opportunities. And, we have, in the creation of kind of the Prospect universe, we told a very focused story in this film, but in the process of that, we were coming up with all kinds of other ideas for characters and other stories, and so that's what's fun about these original worlds.
We developed like several alphabets, like, there's no English like letters or anything. And we also had to develop a handwritten version of this alphabet. And Sophie memorized it and can write it beautifully.
I can't write it anymore.
Really?
No.
You lost it?
Oh.
It's amazing though.
But
she does it on screen.
Yeah, there's a scene where it's like close up in her with handwriting, writing this completely fictional language.
Wow. So would you say that's the most challenging thing about your work and the process of playing your role, or was there something that you felt like it was like, oh yeah, no, I had to totally go out of my comfort zone for this role?
For me, I feel like the hardest part was like gracefully portraying her character arc. Because we did film it in a rather linear way, which helped because I kind of grew with my character. It was my first feature, so I was obviously nervous, but I became more confident throughout filming, so that helped.
I mean, I feel like one of the biggest challenges for the cast across the board was the fact that pretty much like what percentage, like 80-85% of the scenes they're in like fully enclosed space helmets.
A lot of it.
And so there's these extended scenes of dialogue where they have visors in front of their faces, and that was a big challenge. But we really wanted the commitment to like having the like glass in front of the face and to really like dig in.
I was reading something that there's an interesting distribution plan, which is like the super business nerdy part of my brain, but like there's different ways to see it than just traditional, like, oh, it's in all the multiplexes.
It's coming to theaters November 2nd, all Regal theaters.
So it'll be in New York and LA November 2nd, and then November 9th, a week later, it'll be in cities all over the US at Regal theaters. And then after that, it'll then go online, be on Singular DTV, and then eventually into stream.
Yeah, Singular DTV. Like I don't know. Someone said there was like this blockchain-enabled, like interesting distribution plan, which is
a new blockchain-enabled VOD platform.
Yeah.
And it'll start there, and then it'll continue to go out.
Which is cool.
Everywhere.
New ways to get films out. Like I think that's what we need.
Yeah, they've been really awesome. They're really into science fiction. You should definitely check them out.
Yeah.
So for folks out there who want to find out more about the movie, who are interested in finding more about y'all, how do they find you?
I believe the website is prospectthefilm.com. That's going to have, it's going to be updated with all the screening times to see like all the theaters that it'll be playing near you, and Facebook, Instagram.
Prospect the film. Google it.
Go see it.
So thank you so much. This has been a blast. Have a great con.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.